10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Ignition. Liftoff of the Falcon 9 and Crew Dragon. Go NASA, go SpaceX, Godspeed, Bob and Doug.
America has launched.
One Alpha.
Dragon SpaceX on Big Loop. The ground is go for approach 2.
Dragon copies all on the Big Loop. Go for docking.
The final approach resume.
Jason, Dragon on the Big Loop. We are inbound from approach 2.
1 meter to go.
Dragon SpaceX. Soft capture confirmed. Stand by for retraction and docking.
The Dragon has landed.
95.
Yeah. Welcome to the Virtual Dragon Cafe.
Copy inbound.
Mission copy.
Well, that was very nice and unexpected, wasn't it, for the SpaceX Crew Dragon to give us an introduction like that. But it's not that Crew Dragon I want to big up. It's the Dragon crew, all you people out there, and particularly the people in the chat world. Like when this broadcast goes out, there's a lively conversation going on in the chat on YouTube, which unfortunately I'm tangled up with cables and bits of computers and I don't get to take part in it, but I do have a look at all that afterwards, and it's lovely to see you all there. Although it's such a beautiful day out there, it's probably just me here. But I'm hoping Declan will be there, so I'm just going to go over and see if at least there's two of us around. Let's have a look. Are you there, Declan? Yes.
Hello. Hi, Martin.
Hello there. Yeah. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right, thank you. Good. Yeah, I'm here. Great to be back in the Virtual Dragon Cafe on a Monday afternoon.
Yeah. So at least we know there's you and me who are not lazing in the sun and soaking up the rays.
Not yet, that's for sure.
But we will be soon, yeah. Yeah, we'll get out there.
A bit later. Long days these days, though, isn't it? Nice summer days.
Yeah.
Not sunset till quite late. So.
Yeah, no, it's great. I love it. Like a bit of heat.
Yeah, it's great. So I hope you appreciate I've jazzed up my background a little bit for you as well.
It's beautiful. And am I right in saying it's real as opposed to my...
It is real.
It
is real.
Yeah, very
Moves
nice.
And shimmers and everything.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. It's like a little throw I had, and I thought after Lou's background's always changing and interesting, and as much as my light is getting its own little fan appreciation, I thought let's do something a bit more.
I know, but you do realise as soon as you get into backgrounds, you've got to keep coming up with new ideas. You know, you can't just rest on your laurels.
Yeah, I think I've made my life a bit harder, haven't I? So.
You certainly have. That's what the other 6 days of my week are all about.
Trying to work out what to do in the background. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, you are a maestro at that, Martin. So
I don't know about that.
Off my head. Yeah. So it's nice. Yeah.
Well, no, you carry on because.
Well, I was going to say it's nice to be back here, and I've got something this week that I'd like to share, which feels like it's been building very nicely actually the last couple of weeks with Diana Cox, half of our amazing writing works duo, doing such beautiful readings for us, poetry readings, and I believe we've got more from Diana later today as well. But did actually make me think that would be a nice time to share something which has come from a conversation I've been having with Errol McGashan, who is a spoken word artist and also a Dragon Cafe patron, who got in touch and said, I'd like to get involved. I'd like to be part of this, and has offered to do a creative writing workshop. So hopefully we'll have Errol on here on the broadcast next week to tell us a little bit more about the workshop. But meanwhile, I thought a really nice way for us to get to know Errol a little bit and his work, and you'll see he's a very talented performer, no doubt about that. We've got a performance from a live event which was recorded a short while ago, and the event's called Verge, and Errol is going to share with us a poem which is called London Lonely, and in his performance name, which is Uncle Errol.
Okay, so please enjoy Uncle Errol.
This ain't for you. This is not for you. This is not for you. This is not for you. Because this one's for the London lonely. For those who ain't got a one and only, their hearts have no home, and so they roam along the South Bank. Look at 'em, staggered file and rank, eyes cast down and damp. This is for those who don't do eye contact, because if they did, you'd feel taken aback, almost under attack by a sadness caused by delusions of lack. They're dotted around the city in their dozens and hundreds. This one's for the lonely Londoners, the West End wanderers, the Soho stumblers with chat-up lines on pieces of paper. Conversation starters might come in handy later, but this one's for the hesitators, the social life procrastinators. I mean, people. You heard about the 3-second rule, yeah? Don't hesitate. When you see someone you like, you've got to go in straight, get a date. Don't hesitate. When you hesitate, you seal your fate. He who hesitates masturbates. This is for those who daily delete their internet history. And how they've ever even had a love life is a mystery. Oh, this one's for the London lonely, the ones who feel they are the ones and only who's ever felt like this, who never ever felt it would come to this. Oh, this one's for the London lonely, so steeped in solitude, perhaps a cat at home, hardly ever speak to anyone, perhaps a cat's got their tongue. But this is for those whose minds ain't so sound, or maybe they are and we just need to come around. But you see them, they wander around and they walk up and down like they were happy once, and as if looking for the source, they go back and forth on Oyster cards topped up with a couple of pounds. This is for the London lonely underground, on the Circle Line they go round and round. This is for those who mind the gap. This is for the night bus insomniacs. This is for those who often hear, excuse me, this bus terminates here. And this is for those on the edges of town, and this is for those on the edge looking down and seeing nothing, murky, greys, look, no matter where you come from, this is for those who feel they don't belong, who dine alone and so they hunger as they plunder the depths of their disconnection with all that is. All that is the delusions of loneliness. You know that all is well, that nothing is amiss, that all they need to do is follow their bliss. But from where they are, they cannot get a whiff of bliss. So, you got an exhibition to see at the Tate Modern because you got invited by that person you fancy like rotten. Then later on at Wagamama's, you got a table booked for 8 because you got loads of mates and you got a birthday to celebrate. You got people to see and people to do. Well, this ain't for you. This is for the London lonely, for those who ain't got a one and only, whose hearts have no home and so they roam.
Not trying to do too much.
Okay. We're back with you, Mr. Declan.
Oh, hello.
Caught you off guard there, but that was a fantastic performance from Errol there. He really inhabits his material, doesn't he? He's like sort of no floppy bits of paper being read out. He's in it.
No. Great, yeah, it's a great piece. I think I think it's an excellent piece, and you can see how he's interacting with the audience as well, a bit there as well. So
yeah,
so we're very much looking forward to doing something more and working creatively with Uncle Errol in the upcoming weeks.
So that's going to be a workshop, and that's sort of in roughly a couple of weeks' time, isn't it?
That's it. Yeah, it should be 2 weeks today. We're just going to confirm that quite soon. But the plan is Errol will be on next week, and then we can have a little bit more of a chat about that, and he can tell you what to expect.
Okay.
And people obviously would be welcome to join that session, which would be separate from the broadcast.
Yeah.
Most likely about 4:30, something like that. So it would be after this is finished.
Perfect. Okay. So, do you have any company there in Zoom world? Do you have a Lou, for example?
I think I do. I think we do. Shall we call out to Lou? Lou.
Lou, are you there?
I am. Hello.
Here she is, just like that.
Yeah, just like that.
Remarkable. And how's your world, Lou?
It's good, thank you. I had hoped to be in the garden to read my jokes, but it's actually too hot, so I've decided to come in.
Yeah.
So yeah. But yeah, good. You?
Good. Well, we can't wait for your jokes.
Have you got that jingle yet, Martin?
Well,
Lose
Laughs. Yeah, we're working on it. I've hired the singers. They'll be. Yeah, we'll get it together. Don't you worry.
Okay, I've just got two today.
Okay.
A short one and a longer one. Okay, so the first one is, last month I went to the doctor's and I said, Doc, I can't stop singing The Green, Green Grass of Home. And his reply was, that sounds like Tom Jones syndrome. And I said, is that common? And the doctor said, it's not unusual. Yeah. Okay.
I like it. You can feel it coming. It's satisfying.
Yeah. And then last week I went back again to a different doctor this time, to a women doctor. So I went back to the doctor and I said, have you got anything for wind? So she gave me a kite.
Excellent.
Anyway. Anyway, right, so then there's this one. A man walks into a bar on a Friday evening. He tells the bartender, I'd like 3 shots of your finest Irish whiskey, please. The bartender lines the 3 shots up for him. The gent pays for his drinks, enjoys the whiskey, and leaves without another word. The next Friday, the patron comes back and places the same order. I'd like 3 shots of your finest Irish whiskey, please, he says. He pays, he drinks, and again, he leaves without a word. This goes on every Friday for months. Finally, one Friday, the bartender asks, would you like to try something else, sir? Oh, no, the man replies. You see, these are for my brothers back in Dublin. I have 1 shot for Colin, 1 shot for James, and 1 for me. Colin and James are doing the same across the pond, and it's like we're all drinking together. Well, that's a nice tradition, the bartender thinks. They strike up a conversation and become friends. The years pass, and every Friday the man comes in for his whiskey. Until one day the man enters, looking a bit depressed, and says, give me 2 shots of your finest Irish whiskey. Oh no, the bartender says, don't tell me something's happened to Colin or James. Is everything okay back home? No, everything's fine, the guy replies. My brothers are as healthy as horses, don't you worry. It's just that I decided to stop drinking. Yeah, I thought that was quite sweet.
It's quite sweet. And a lot of people are doing that in virtual sharing with family, aren't they?
Exactly. I thought it was quite apt for this time, yeah.
A topical joke, one of Lou's laughs, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Woo! Lou's laughs.
Okay, so... right, now we've had a bit of jollity, we're going to have a bit of massage. So I'm going to say goodbye to Declan and Lou.
Yeah.
See you, Martin.
See you.
Bye-bye.
And thank you very much. And so we're going to go over to Brendan's Bodywork. So please enjoy this.
Greetings to another Bodyworks with Brendan session. I wish everyone watching is as well as can be and continues to feel connection through the the many contributors at the Dan Cafe, and also I hope you are enjoying the fine weather we're having. Nice one. To begin with, I'd like to do the 4-7-8 breathing technique again. So that's big breath out, then it's breathe in to the count of 4, hold your breath for the count of 7, and exhale for the count of 8. What is it? The number one thing is that you listen to your body, and yeah, that's number one. You make it your own. These are suggestions. Your experience is primary. Okay, so big breath out. In. Hold for 7. Out for 8. In for 4. Hold for 7. Out for 8. In for 4. Hold for 7. Out for 8. Nice one. Please repeat as many rounds as you feel like it, and the suggestion is to do that twice a day. Lovely. Now I'd like to just prepare you for a nice dancing session with Ariel and Renzo. Let's do a few ankle and wrist rotations. Do it for 10 seconds or however you like. Now do knee rotations. One way, then the other. Forwards and backwards. And just pause, and with straight legs and hands on the legs, just edge yourself forward for a second, maintaining your balance. That's the number one thing. Couple of stretches up on your toesies. Nice one. Head, ear to shoulder, ear to shoulder, ear to shoulder. Sink down. Follow the arm. Let the arm go down, and very nice. Okie doke. Now the next thing I'd like to do today is called a roll down. It's a beautiful spinal, what can you say, exercise stretch. So the first thing you've got to do is tuck your tailbone. Okay, tuck your tailbone in. Okay, so you've got flat back, and you've got to bend, soft knees. Try to distribute your weight evenly. I like to step up, stand on one foot, okay, then the other, to kind of find shoulder width distance. So I do that a couple of times. It's good for mobilizing the muscles of the hip also. So if you do sideways, soft knees, tuck tail. What is it? So what it does is you just soften the knee, soften the neck muscles, and just do a couple of roll downs. There's seven vertebrae in the neck, and just let them roll down. Nice and soft. Once that's quite soft, Now go down to the middle of the back. There's 12 vertebrae in the thoracic region. That's between the neck and the lower back. Look at this, just rolling down a bit further now. Bit further now. Bit further now. And you can just pause. So long as your knees are soft and you don't feel like you're locking up or something, then maintain the position as long as it's comfortable. You can throw in a couple of arm shakes, little hang, and you can feel the weight in your heels. Try to feel the weight in your heels so that you don't topple. That's it. Just go down, roll up, roll down, roll up. It's really lovely for it's really lovely for the spine. I don't know how long I did there, but there you have it. Beautiful. Now the next one I'd like to show you, the next movement, is called the pelvic wave, and it's the same position with the legs. Just stand up on one leg. You're now shoulder. You're now shoulders and hips are the same. Okay, now go side on. Tuck your tailbone again to position, and soft knees, and just thrust from the pelvis. Okay, and what is it? Soften the rest of the body, and just let it happen. Yeah, this is, I guess this has a sexual element to it, which is part of the root chakra. It's for primary drive, obviously, but basically all movement. This is the center of the body. It's good for, what's good for the core is good for the whole body. Look at this. What I like about this is that it's a meditative movement, and you could literally, the power in this is in, well, yes, you feel better after 10 seconds, but guess what? You can go on and on with this. You could do this for 10 minutes. You could do this while the kettle's boiling, you could do it while the adverts are on, you can do it just while you're watching a TV show, for as long as a song, perhaps. Look at this. So it's just the way, it's just the pelvis, and it's taking over the whole body. It's lovely. You've let the dog off the leash, and here you go, it's going. Now, I guess I'm turning my head over there to the side, which isn't the best. So just be taken over by the pelvic movement, and then let your shoulders do what they want, and your head do what they want. I guess hopefully the intention is to feel looser. Let me feel looser. Universe, let me feel looser. So that's lovely. That's maybe 2 minutes. I feel better, and I could happily carry on with that. Hopefully this will help with your dancing routines, you know. It's just lovely. I'm ready for dance, and I hope you are, and onwards to dancing. God bless you, every one of you.
Thank you very much, Brendan. And massage was almost morphing into dance there, wasn't it? So I'm not going to say any more. I'm going to just welcome Ariella and Renzo. Got some great music for you coming up. So let's go over and see Ariella and Renzo.
Hello.
Hello, everyone.
So we're so happy to be back here with you, and we hope you've had a good week. We've got 3 new songs for you today, and so we hope you want to dance with us. And as usual, do as much or as little as you wish. Don't overdo it. You can always go back to it because, as you know, the whole virtual cafe session will be available on the Dragon Cafe channel, so you can watch it over and over again. So we start with a kind of energetic one, and it's a kind of.
Remember to check the space before dancing. Check the space and open the window so you can get some fresh air and breathe.
Yes, don't forget to breathe.
Don't forget to breathe.
And breathe deeply if you can, before and during the dances and at the end. It's a reggaeton with bits and pieces. It's a little bit strange choreography, but also a very interesting piece of music. Yeah, so we hope you enjoy it, and here we go.
Musica maestra.
Cha cha, ya di bi da bi ding, da ba di, dan ding, dan
So we hope that wasn't too energetic, but
It's a good warm up anyway.
yes, a good warm up. Yeah. And next one is gonna be so.
So yeah, the next one is going to be another reggaeton. So keep up the pace. But it's a nice tune and it's a nice song. So hope you're enjoying anyway.
One of the classics.
One of the we've done it before at the Dragon Cafe.
So you should remember. Yeah.
It's not it should be a familiar tune to
And the steps.
to most of us.
Enjoy and
yeah.
Musica maestro.
Solo en tu boca yo quiero acabar todos esos besos que te quiero dar. A mí no me importa que duermas con él, porque sé que sueñas con poderme ver. Mujer, ¿qué vas a hacer? Decídete pa' ver si te quedas o te vas. Si no, no me busques más. Si te vas, yo también me voy. Si me das, yo también te doy. Mi amor, bailamos hasta las 10, hasta que duelan los pies. Si te vas, yo también me voy. Si me das, yo también te doy. Mi amor, bailamos hasta las 10, hasta que duelan los pies. Con él te duele el corazón y conmigo te duelen los pies. Con él te duele el corazón y conmigo te duelen los pies. Solo con un beso yo te haré acabar ese sufrimiento que te hace llorar. A mí no me importa que vivas con él, porque sé que mueres con poderme ver. Mujer, ¿qué vas a hacer? Decídete pa' ver si te quedas o te vas. Si no, no me busques más. Si te vas, yo también me voy. Si me das, yo también te doy. Mi amor, bailamos hasta las 10, hasta que duelan los pies. Si te vas, yo también me voy. Si me das, yo también te doy. Mi amor, bailamos hasta las 10, hasta que duelan los pies. Con él te duele el corazón y conmigo te duelen los pies. Con él te duele el corazón y conmigo te duelen los pies.
¿Quién es el que te quita el frío? Que vas conmigo, rumbiamos con él, lloras casi un río. Tal vez te da dinero y tiene poderío, pero no te llena tu corazón, sigue vacío. Pero conmigo rompe la carretera, bandoleras en tu vida y algo que no sirve, sácalo pa' afuera. A ti nadie te frena, la super guerrera. Yo sé que tú eres una fiera, dale, sácalo pa' afuera.
Si te vas, yo también me voy. Si me das, yo también te doy. Mi amor, bailamos hasta las 10, hasta que duelan los pies. Si te vas, yo también me voy. Si me das, yo también te doy. Mi amor, bailamos hasta las 10, hasta que duelan los pies. Con él te duele el corazón y conmigo te duelen los pies. Con él te duele el corazón y conmigo te duelen los pies. Solo con un beso yo quiero acabar ese sufrimiento que te hace llorar.
I hope you like the song and the dance.
And the boom, boom, boom. Yes. Thank you, Renzo.
Welcome.
We're going to leave you with a quiet one, almost quiet. It's called Calma, so it should be.
It should be quiet.
It should be quiet enough.
That's what it says on the tin.
Yes. And so here we go. So it's kind of it's a nice song to finish the session. So we hope you enjoy it. And
Musica maestro.
Let a march again. Welcome to the paradise. Far.
Sun pours down upon your face. I wake up, feel heavenly. Out of bed, I start to taste sound that the record play in your hands, in my hands, letting go of everything else. All I wanna know is this. Vamos pa' la playa, pa' curarte el alma, cierra la pantalla, abre la medalla.
Todo el mar Caribe, viendo tu cintura, tú le coqueteas, tú eres un cabullo, me gusta, lento y contento, cara al viento, lento y contento, cara al viento.
Y aprovecha que el sol está caliente y vamos a disfrutar el ambiente. Vamos a meternos para el agua para que viaje rico se siente. Y vamos a tropical por toda la costa chinchorreal. De chinchorro a chinchorro paramos a darnos una medalla bien fría para bajar la sequía. Un poco de Bob Marley y unos tragos de sangría pa' que te suelte poco a poquito, porque pa' vacilar no hay que salir de Puerto Rico. Y dale lento, da un shot de coquito y como dice Fonsi, vamos a darle despacito pa' que se suelte poco a poquito, porque pa' vacilar no hay que salir de Puerto Rico.
Vamos pa' la playa, pa' curarte el alma, cierra la pantalla, abre la medalla.
Todo el mar Caribe, viendo tu cintura, tú le coqueteas, tú eres un cabullo, me gusta, lento y contento, cara al viento, lento y contento, cara al viento. Pa' sentir la arena en los pies, pa' que el sol nos pinte la piel, pa' jugar como niños, darnos cariño como la primera vez que te miré. Yo supe que estaría a tus pies desde que se tocaron. Calma mi vida con calma, que nada hace falta si estamos juntitos andando.
Calma mi vida con calma, there's nothing we need if we are dancing.
Vamos pa' la playa, pa' curarte el alma, cierra la pantalla, abre la medalla. Todo el mar Caribe, viendo tu cintura, tú le coqueteas, tú eres un cabulla. Vamos pa' la playa, pa' curarte el alma, cierra la pantalla, abre la medalla. Todo el mar Caribe, viendo tu cintura, tú le coqueteas, baby, tú estás dura y me gusta.
De la isla de Encanto, Far, Alicia, Pedro Capó, Georgie Noriega, Rec 808, Shadow Towers, Puerto Rico. Welcome to the paradise.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope you found a little bit of calmness
Yeah.
in the routine, and again, if you you can always go back and watch all the sessions we've done so far, and I think this is the eighth edition. Yeah, you forgot to say that, huh?
Yeah.
Usually it's Renzo's turn to say that, but yeah. So we've done quite a few dances since the beginning. So you can always go back and check them out if you want to. And anytime, that's what I do. Usually, if I have a little bit of spare time and I want to dance, and I just don't want to dance on my own, I just check something that is from someone I like, some or some routines I like, and I just play them and follow, and it's nicer to dance with someone in your own home. It's like your home becomes it's full of friends. So we wish you a very nice week.
Yeah, very nice week.
And we want
Enjoy
to
the sunshine.
Yeah, enjoy the sunshine. Enjoy the beautiful nature, and the birds and the blossoms and the trees, and
Don't
and
forget to hug the trees if
Yeah.
you can, and think of your friends.
yes, of course, and the blue skies And yeah, and we'll see you next week. And best wishes from both of us. Yes, and I would like to say thank you to the Dragon Cafe team, because they're making it possible for us to meet here, and they're doing a wonderful job, and it's always a pleasure to contribute, to give our small contribution to Dragon Cafe.
To be part of it.
Yes, to be part of it, like all of you. We are all part of the Dragon Cafe. So have a lovely week, and
see you next week.
Thanks to you, and see you next week.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you very much, Ariella and Renzo, for some great music and some great dance. And as they were saying, that's the 8th episode. There's 3 songs in each episode. That's 24 songs there already, and I can tell you there's plenty more to come. But that's a fantastic, freely given contribution from Ariella and Renzo, so we say thank you very much for that. And okay, so it's time for a bit of quiet and a bit of verse now. So last week, as you'll remember, we had some comic verse from Diana, and I've got a couple more comic verse from her coming up now. So as we've said, this is the time when you can sort of ignore the screen, just get into the words, and hope you enjoy this.
The Hunting of the Snark, Fit the First, The Landing, by Lewis Carroll. Just the place for a snark, the bellman cried, as he landed his crew with care, supporting each man on the top of the tide by a finger entwined in his hair. Just the place for a smark, I have said it twice, that alone should encourage the crew. Just the place for a snark, I have said it thrice, what I tell you 3 times is true. The crew was complete. It included a boots, a maker of bonnets and hoods, a barrister brought to arrange their disputes, and a broker to value their goods. A billiard marker whose skill was immense might perhaps have won more than his share, but a banker, engaged at enormous expense, had the whole of their cash in his care. There was also a beaver that paced on the deck, or would sit making lace in the bow, and had often, the bellman said, saved them from wreck, though none of the sailors knew how. There was one who was famed for the number of things he forgot when he entered his ship. His umbrella, his watch, all his jewels and rings, and the clothes he had bought for the trip. He had 42 boxes, all carefully packed, with his name painted clearly on each. But since he omitted to mention the fact, they were all left behind on the beach. The loss of his clothes hardly mattered because he had 7 coats on when he came, with 3 pairs of boots, but the worst of it was he had wholly forgotten his name. He would answer to hi, or to any loud cry, such as fry me, or fritter my wig, to what you may call him, or what was his name, but especially thingamajig. While for those who preferred a more forcible word, he had different names from these. His intimate friends called him Candle Ends, and his enemies Toasted Cheese. His form is ungainly, his intellect small, so the bellman would often remark. But his courage is perfect, and that, after all, is a thing that one needs with a snark. He would joke with hyenas, returning their stare, with an impudent wag of the head. And he once went a walk, paw in paw, with a boer, just to keep up his spirits, he said. He came as a baker, but owned when too late, and it drove the poor bellman half mad. He could only bake bride cake, for which I may state no materials were to be had. The last of the crew needs a special remark, though he looked an incredible dunce. He had just one idea, but that one being Snark, the good bellman engaged him at once. He came as a butcher, but gravely declared when the ship had been sailing a week, he could only kill beavers. The bellman looked scared and was almost too frightened to speak. But at length he explained in a tremulous tone there was only one beaver on board, and that was a tame one he had of his own, whose death would be deeply deplored. The beaver, who happened to hear the remark, protested with tears in its eyes that not even the rapture of hunting the Snark could atone for that dismal surprise. It strongly advised that the butcher should be conveyed in a separate ship, but the bellman declared that would never agree with the plans he had made for the trip. Navigation was always a difficult art, though with only one ship and one bell, and he feared he must really decline for his part undertaking another as well. The beaver's best course was, no doubt, to procure a second-hand dagger-proof coat, so the baker advised it, and next, to insure its life in some office of note. This the banker suggested and offered for hire, on moderate terms or for sale, 2 excellent policies, one against fire and one against damage from hail. Yet still, ever after that sorrowful day, whenever the butcher was by, the beaver kept looking the opposite way and appeared unaccountably shy. Little Red Riding Hood and the Wolf by Roald Dahl, born in 1916, died 1990. As soon as the wolf began to feel that he would like a decent meal, he went and knocked on Grandma's door. When Grandma opened it, she saw the sharp white teeth, the horrid grin, and Wolfie said, "May I come in?" Poor Grandmamma was terrified. "He's going to eat me up," she cried. And she was absolutely right. He ate her up in one big bite. But Grandmamma was small and tough, and Wolfie wailed, "That's not enough. I haven't yet begun to feel that I have had a decent meal." He ran around the kitchen yelping, "I've got to have another helping," then added with a frightful leer, "I'm therefore going to wait right here till little Miss Red Riding Hood comes home from walking in the wood." He quickly put on Grandma's clothes. Of course he hadn't eaten those. He dressed himself in coat and hat. He put on shoes, and after that he even brushed and curled his hair, then sat himself in Grandma's chair. In came the little girl in red. She stopped. She started. And then she said, "What great big ears you have, Grandma." "All the better to hear you with," the wolf replied. "What great big eyes you have, Grandma," said Little Red Riding Hood. "All the better to see you with," the wolf replied. He sat there watching her and smiled. He thought, "I'm going to eat this child. Compared with her old Grandmamma, she's going to taste like caviar." Then Little Red Riding Hood said, "But Grandma, what a lovely big furry coat you have on." "That's wrong," cried Wolf. "Have you forgot to tell me what big teeth I've got?" "Oh, well, no matter what you say, I'm going to eat you anyway." The small girl smiles. One eyelid flickers. She whips a pistol from her knickers. She aims at the creature's head, and bang, 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 she shoots him dead. A few weeks later in the wood, I came across Miss Riding Hood. But what a change! No cloak of red, no silly hood upon her head. She said, "Hello, and do please note my lovely furry wolf-skin coat."
Well, thank you very much, Diana, for those poems. Hope you enjoyed those. And there'll be some more next week, I believe. So it must be time for open mic. As you can see this week, it's coming from the Colosseum in Rome, and it's coming from 2,000 years ago. And talking of retro, like earlier on we saw Ariel and Renzo playing as lots of contemporary music, but here Ariella is going to go retro, in fact to the 16th century. So she's bringing us a piece of music written by John Dowland, a lutenist and composer, and the words are thought to come from Robert Devereux, who was the lover of Queen Elizabeth I, and 30 years his junior. And the lyrics talk about the pain that he doesn't know that he has the love of his lady, and he would rather die than be in that position. And ironically, he did lose his life in 1601. So that's all contained in this song, so I do hope you enjoy it.
Can she excuse my runs with the Tristram? Shall I call her good when she proves and hide? Are those clear hearts which vanish into smoke? Must I praise the leaves, whoever no fruit might hide? No.
Wonderful, thank you very much, Ariella. And okay, so now from here in the Colosseum we have for you Colin with his melodica. Now he told me this song was called Oodle, so I got on the internet to find out what song that was, but it turns out it's Oodles and Noodles. He's improvising, noodling as we say. So please welcome Colin. Thank you. Great stuff, Colin. I really enjoyed that. Thank you very much. And okay, so last week we started to showcase some of Daniel's self-written songs after he'd given us quite a few Beatles songs, and so we have another one for you this week. I'm going to let Daniel introduce it himself. So take it away, Daniel.
Hi everyone, this is a song I wrote. It's called Under a Rainbow. I saw a rainbow today, pedaling my way through the puddles on my way home, feeling intense, me on my bike. I had the sense I lived another day of my life, doing my best under a rainbow, under a rainbow. I'd had a bad day of work, said all the wrong things to my colleagues, not enough sleep, getting in late, fog in my head, couldn't think straight. There was no other way I might be than making mistakes under a rainbow, under a rainbow. Mel said he's finally cracked. I'd made a joke that backfired. Was I that bad? What had I done? Boiling with rage, wanting to run. Was there a better place I might find? Somewhere more safe, under a rainbow, under a rainbow. I saw a rainbow today, heading my way through the puddles, doing my best, making mistakes, somewhere so safe, under a rainbow, under a rainbow. Thank you very much.
What a beautiful song. really like the lyrics. Doing my best, making mistakes. That's what we all do. And thank you very much, Daniel, for that. And come and join us next week with some more, I hope. Okay, so I'm now going to give you a song from Chris, and I guarantee this will put a smile on your face. Try this out.
Hi Dragons, this song is called I Love the Mountains. I love the mountains, I love the rolling hills, I love the flowers, I love the daffodils, I love the fireside when all the lights are low. Bum diada 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 bum diada. I love the flowers, I love the daffodils, I love the mountains, I love the rolling hills, I love the fireside when all the lights are low. Bum diada 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 bum diada. We walk together, hike by the quiet stream, watch for the sunrise, breathing the air so clean when we're together, sharing our fondest dreams. Bum diada 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 bum. Thank you.
Great. I bet you were joining in on the chorus. I know I was. Thank you very, very much, Chris. And okay, so I'd like to bring our open mic to a close, but not without a song from Helen. So I've got one of her own songs here, and particularly poignant with what's going on in America at the moment. So please give Helen a big welcome. Thank you.
Hi, Helen McDonald here. Rest in peace, George Floyd. I want to sing one of my songs today. This one's called Picking Up. Whose day? Police don't kill my brothers. Violence and brutality reign. Whose aim? Whose gain? My brother's life in a prison cell, being subjected to hell, trying to free himself from the lies, creating crimes for us to fill. We're picking up the pieces of our lives, putting down the stress and the strife, picking up the pieces of our lives, putting down the stress and the strife. We're picking up, yeah, 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 picking up, yeah, 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 we're picking up. This day, yeah, yeah, create a box for us to fill. The one to kill our prophets. But sisters and brothers will rise, cannot disguise what is truly wise. We have to show what is behind. Begin to love, begin to fight, begin to love each other. 'Cause we picking up the pieces of our lives. We're putting down the stress and the strife. We're picking up the pieces of our lives. Putting down the stress and the strife. We're picking up, brothers and sisters, we're picking up, yeah, we're picking up, ooh, 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 picking up. This day, I'm mourning for our wounded. Come on, hold your head high to the sky. No cry, no lie. It's time to face the battle cry. We have to show what is behind. begin to fight, begin to love each other. But we're picking up the pieces of our lives. Throw out the negativity, putting down the stress and the strife. Throw out the other madness, picking up the pieces of our lives. Putting down the stress and the strife. Yeah, picking up. Yeah. We're picking up. Come on, brother, picking up. Come on, sister, picking up. Yeah. Stay strong.
Wow, what a performance to end on there. Thank you so much for that, Helen. That was marvellous. Okay, well, I'd like to thank everybody who took part in today's show. As you can see, it's time for me to get home. So thank you all so much for being there. Thank you for taking part. Thank you for those watching. Thank you to those who will be watching in the week. And take very good care until next week. I will see you then. Bye for now.
It's a top, my selector. Ta.